Abdul Baba was one of the first devotees of Baba. He came to Baba because Baba had called for him. He was already with another guru called Amiruddin. His guru got a dream in which Baba gave him 2 mangoes and said, "Send Abdul to me." When he got up in the morning, he found that the mangoes were there on his bed. He then sent Abdul Baba to Shirdi. The connection between this Baba and Abdul Baba actually goes back up to the 13th century. In Shripad Shivalabh book, in which was written in 1320, there is a chapter in which the author Shankar Bhatt comes with 2 people to Shripada, and Shripad at that time tells him that these are Muslim people and they eat beef and it is not very good to kill cows. He also tells them the repercussions of killing cows in that chapter. But he says, since you've taken my darshan, there shall be no dearth of food or clothes in your house, and I promise that when I come as Samartha Sadguru Sai Baba in Shirdi, you shall come as Abdul Baba and Bade Baba. This is my promise, and you will be famous at that time. So when Baba calls Abdul to him, Amiruddin just sends him without any problem. Baba, however, has a very strict routine for him. He asks him to eat very little, to sleep very little, but to read the Quran all the time, the whole time. Abdul Baba, on his part as doing Seva to Baba, used to do all the menial work for Baba. He cleaned Baba's kafni, he washed it, he cleaned the streets that Baba walked on, he tended to all the lamps in the Lendibag, in Dwarka Mai, he took care of them. The other thing that Abdul Baba did that was really good for us, when Baba went to Lendibag in the morning at 8 o'clock and then again at 3 o'clock, the procession would go up to the entrance of Lendibag. And then Baba went in alone and was there for about an hour or 2. It was Abdul Baba who was there. Here, Abdul Baba gives us a very good insight of Baba. He says that Baba sat with his back to the Lendibag, faced the west, and then he would ask Abdullah to bring some water. And he would bring like 2 buckets of water, and Baba would throw it in all 4 directions, and he would chant something. This is the only thing that we know of what Baba did. Then the procession would come back again in an hour or 2, wait for Baba and take him back to the Dwarka Mai. Abdul Baba, being constantly with Baba, had realized Baba's actions. Once when they were in the Chowdi, Baba was hitting the floor with his satka, and then Abdul Baba realized that there must be a snake, and then he brought a lantern, and then he found that there was a snake coiled up there. So Abdul Baba had the good luck, the luck to be with Baba constantly. So he not only learnt spiritual practices for himself, he also did Seva for his Guru, and he also did Seva for the rest of the people that came to Shirdi. The other thing that Abdul did for us was that he wrote down Baba's sayings. He's got a book in which he has written everything that came out of Baba's mouth. This book he used in later life to predict things for the devotees that came to him. He would open the book at random and then take a saying and then tell them whether the work would be done, that they had come asking for help from him, and the predictions would come right. In Shripad Shivallabh, chapter 45, they say it is given. Shripad calls Hanuman and says that he has to come back as an avatar, and then Hanuman says to him that I don't want to be a Ansh avatar. If you're going to come with me and be me, I'll be you. Then I'm willing to come. Otherwise, I'm okay where I am. So Shripad Shivallabh says okay, and he calls Kal Purush, and through the theory of atoms, all their cells go together and they become one. And that is how Baba is there for us in Shirdi. The important thing, or the nice thing about is the promise that he gave those two gentlemen who came with Shankar Bhatt. He has followed up with it. The Rinanaband between them has taken place in the form of Abdul Baba and Bade Baba, who he had with him at Shirdi. So that is a promise kept. So when Baba talks about Rinanaband to Shama, saying, I know you for 72 generations, it is true. Because here we have Abdul Baba, and we don't know about Shama's generation, but we do know that Abdul Baba was there at that time in 1320, and here again in the 19th century. So that is a promise kept by the masters. Baba had this very endearing way of calling people names. And when he sends for Abdul Baba to come, then his guru sends him to Shirdi, then Baba says, my Kawa has come, my Kala Kawa has come. And the other thing about Abdul Baba, which is really, really important, is later on in life, his guru did come back to him and asked him to go along. But Abdul Baba said no, he would rather stay on in Shirdi. So here again, the question of faith and love and devotion for Sai Baba is very, very evident. What we can learn from Abdul Baba's life, or what I learn, I take home, it's a message for me to take home, is that one should lead their life very simply. Eat very little, sleep very little, spend your time in doing sadhana, be it Nam Japa Baba or be it reading the Satcharitra. We can use that for ourselves. And then Baba would always say, don't go for a variety of things, eat one simple meal. So we can, in our life, bring down the extravagances that we do to the bare minimum, and then utilize our time in doing seva in whichever way we can. It doesn't have to be sweeping the streets of Shirdi, but if we get a chance to sweep this Dwarka Mai, or we get a chance to pick up rubbish that is thrown on the streets, we can do that. Baba's palki is going through, we can see that things are not thrown, and we can do those things. These are some of the things that I think that I learned from Abdul Baba's life. And so for me, he is one of the valuable devotees of Baba.